Welcome back, everybody. We are going to finish up our trip through Mount Moon. In the last episode, we cleared the first level and we came back in, and now we're going to go ahead and finish out the rest of it. As you can see, our party's getting just a little bit stronger here. Got Bulbasaur and Squirrel at the bottom because they don't like to listen right now. It's what happens when you become that preteen age level. Any parents out there know exactly what I'm talking about, and I've worked with enough kids to know that for darn sure. So we're just going to go ahead and just reorganize again based on my preference. Definitely my high recommendation is by level, and then my personal preference past that is by hit points. These bottom two, we're keeping them just out of the way because they don't like to listen, and I'm not going to use them on a regular basis anyways. They will be my get out of jail free cards, hoping that they knock somebody out if I need them to. Good stuff. I'm going to go through here, and then this is going to lead us through our last little mini tunnel and secret spot before closing things out up in the top corner again to get us on our way out, the long trip out on that second level. And hopefully along the way we run into that Clefairy that we did not meet last time. As you guys remember, we caught our Geodude, our Paris, and our Zubat. Ooh, why did I do that? And so that put us on the right path, so to speak, for getting all the Pokemon that we need to. Again, we're going to go all the way up to 151. The game will lead you to think there's just 150, but we can catch Mew. There is a glitch in the game that I am going to get you guys hip to, so that way you can get them all, so to speak. Yeah, this dude up here waiting on us. That's fine. Okay, so Pikachu's not going to be any good against Sandshrew. So this is where we'll throw in these guys, see what they can do. They are going to be type strong, both Squirtle and Bulbasaur. As long as one of them can take them out, they have, in my opinion, served their purposes, given our current situation with them. Okay, and what I'm going to do here is, since there's not really so much damage being done here, let's see if somebody else will get an attack before their accuracy gets reduced too bad. There we go. And again, if you ever get to a point where you're just not feeling confident that you have the Pokemon that you need to get to the other side, just walk back. You can probably run away from most of the battles, the wild battles. Just be careful not to hit any trainers that you may have bypassed, on the way back, and heal up and go back at it. There is definitely no problem, nothing to be ashamed of for doing that. Yeah, it takes a long time sometimes to do that because it's an extra 5-10 minutes of the walking, running into Pokemon, either beating them or running from them. And all that stuff isn't necessarily fun, but you want to make sure that you get to the other side. That's the ultimate goal. And so, if you find, like, maybe you didn't trade over Squirtle or Bulbasaur and you're really working with all your other Pokemon and they're just getting knocked out, okay, no big deal, walk back. You got some potions too. Keep your strong ones that are keeping you alive, keep them healthy. And since we got something that's not really too scary from a type perspective, we'll throw in one of our other guys that can handle him. Saw that coming. Bummer. Put Pikachu in. Oh. Yeah, you did. He's gonna walk over here, grab our HP up. So HP ups, these types of items are super helpful because HP ups, those permanently increase the health of one of your Pokemon by 1 hit point. And you think, okay, it might not be a big deal, but especially at the lower levels, like that can be a bit more useful than you might imagine. So you want to hang on to those, use them wisely. I usually don't start using those until I know I've got my final set, because why would I use an HP up on a Pokemon that I'm going to use till it hits like level 20 or whatever, something low, and then swap it out for something else. Like I would never put an HP up on Spearow, or Butterfree for that matter, because I know I'm not going to keep them long term. But I would definitely consider it for Pikachu or one of our other 3 starters that we're going to hold on to and go from there. But yeah, regardless, that would just be my recommendation. You can definitely use it how you wish, but you're not going to come across them too often, and they are expensive to buy. So just keep that in mind. Now, I have lost a few Pokemon just on that first little mini dungeon, and we still got a few more battles ahead, so I'm going to take a few minutes, like I've said, is definitely the option that we can take if you're ever feeling a little nervous about what you're going to do. And it's not that I'm just low on health. I've got a few Pokemon that are completely knocked out. I have no way to wake them up except to go back to the beginning. And let's be honest, it's not these wild Pokemon that are doing me in, it's the trainers. So we will go back and heal, and then we'll hit the last last set of people we need to hit. And honestly, at that point, my goal would just be to get through from here on out. I'm not going to come back to the Poke Center. So what that's going to mean is I'm going to need to be a little bit more careful with the Pokemon, with my Pokemon's health. You know, if they start getting a little bit low, I'm not going to leave them in the battle and risk them getting knocked out. You know, I would rather them be low, swap them out, not use them, and then throw in some potions after the battle's done, or put in somebody who I know I can take a few hits and take a couple turns to heal up the Pokemon that I do need, and then turn around and put them back into battle. But you want to make sure that they don't get knocked out unless you're close to the end and you know you're not going to need them. So now that we're here, we're going to have another rocket battle right here. And then we'll have a decision to make here up against our next guy after him. Eradicate. Okay, not somebody I want to waste Butterfree on. So I'll throw in Squirtle and Bulbasaur and let them get beat up on. That Hyper Fang is going to be pretty wicked. And hopefully Bulbasaur does his level best just to listen to us here. He's not going to stand much of a chance if he just does his own thing. Okay. So this may be another one where we're forced to walk back. But at this point, if any of these guys get low, I am not going to keep them in. So hopefully I don't see too much in the way of Hyper Fangs. Because that's going to put a pretty sharp dampener on our day. So again, you notice I'm not keeping our Pokemon in longer than I know they can hold up on attack with. We're going to be lucky if we can get out of this without doing too much damage to ourselves here. Pikachu, we're going to hope he can take one hit and get in a one attack. This is a tough one, and that's not good. Okay, yeah, we're going to be walking back most likely here at this point. There we go. Finally. Man, that was rough. So now the easy way to get around that one for all of you at home is that Geodude that you caught earlier to bring him into the game. So since we have gotten our butts cleaned up and had too many of our Pokemon knocked out, we're going to make another long trip back to the Poke Center and come right back. Do your best to avoid using those potions, though. If you can, you want to save your money, save your resources. Okay, so here we go. Uh-oh. Awesome! Clefairy! Great news. Now we just need to get it down and not knock it out, and yeah, I'll deal with that. How about we trade? I'll let you growl at me a few times, lower my attack a little bit so I don't have a chance of knocking you out. No, growl at me. No. So Clefairy is not really cooperating here. Clefairy, again, is going to be one of those ones that's difficult to catch because they're rare, right? So you got to get them down to a pretty low amount to have a good chance. And I don't want to take a chance of knocking Clefairy out. It took us all this time just to run into one. So we'll give it a shot. I hope it doesn't knock out. Okay, good. Good. I'll take that. I'll throw one more in there. Good. Alright, so you could try to put a status on it. I think we're probably good for a Pokeball here, so we'll give it a shot. Good. Cool, so we have accomplished just about everything we need to accomplish here. Caught all the Pokemon we need to. Of course not, we don't do nicknames, not in this house. We got one more rocket to handle. So I feel like in the Pokemon world, these dudes would have totally been in charge of Jurassic Park, based on what we just saw there, right? So we don't need to really worry so much about holding on to all of our Pokemon. If Pidgey gets knocked out, it's not the end of the world. Or sorry, Pidgey, Spearow. Likewise, if he can do some damage on his way out, help us out a little bit, then we're in good shape. And if we can hang on to him too, that's also fine. So we'll swap him out, put Pikachu in. Don't think we're gonna really need Pikachu for the rest of this either. There we go. Good stuff. Thanks for the cash. And now for the good one. So this guy here at the top of this staircase, he is going to fight us, and he's got both the fossils that we ultimately are coming here for. And when we beat him, he will let us take one of them. One of them will get us a Kabuto, and the other one will get us an Ammonite. These are fossil Pokemon, so what happens when these guys, when you get it, you're just going to get the fossil, and we're going to eventually go back, to Pewter City, where we got that Boulder Badge from Brock, and there is a place where we can go to get the fossil revived. So this is another one of these points where difference in games is going to be something you want to take note of, and that's when you beat this guy and you take one of the fossils, you need to remember which one you took, so that way you remember which one to get. So we'll go over which one is which after we beat this guy, and I'll tell you who is who. Grimer. Let Pidgey get a hit in, and then we'll swap it out and let Butterfree take out the rest of these poison dudes if that's all he's got. So here's where you can get a decision now. This is the first time we've had more than 4 moves to potentially have. you have Tackle, String Shot, Confusion, and Poison Powder. All I do is I just make a determination, like, is that move that I want to learn, is that going to be better than something I've currently got? String Shot, completely useless to me, so yeah, I'll swap it out for Stun Spore, but I'd be surprised if I ever do use Stun Spore. So you have Voltorb, so we'll swap out that for Charmander, let Charmander jump in here. Again, Charmander's not going to be weak, so he'll be able to hold strong against Voltorb and whatever he's got. Nice. Always love critical hit in a battle like that. Coughing. What's coughing? Oh, poison? I'll use my psychic move on you. There's another little benefit to having a Butterfree this early in the game is until you get a real psychic, having a Pokemon that just does a psychic move is a great benefit, especially at this point. Poisoned, too bad, so sad, don't care. I believe that is the last trainer battle we have to worry about. And so Butterfree can just take the poison hits until we get to the Poke Center. So we'll talk to him real quick. Everybody's got one. So the Dome Fossil. The Dome Fossil will get you a Kabuto. Kabuto eventually will evolve into a Kabutops. Okay? Both of these Pokemon are rock and water. Strange combination, but it's what they are. Except for, and then the Helix Fossil, sorry, getting a little bit confused there. Helix Fossil is Ammonite. So I'm going to go ahead and take Ammonite. And I just got to remember here that I took the Helix Fossil for their Ammonite. And next time I'm going to want to take the one on the left, the Dome Fossil, for Kabuto. So he's going to go ahead and take that one. And then I believe, are free and clear. Wild Pokemon encounters notwithstanding. And we should just be able to walk on out. And that little thing you're seeing every time I walk is Butterfree getting poisoned and losing 1 hit point every time we take a set of steps. Now, if I wanted to, I believe, let's see. Okay, no, if I wanted to, I couldn't do a thing about it. So Butterfree's just going to continue to get poisoned, and we are going to walk all the way out over to the Poke Center in Cerulean City and be done with this step of the game. So I hope you got a lot out of our little walkthrough of Mount Moon. I am just going to go ahead and heal up and save, and then we will tackle the very next step of this process here, this game here, next time. So again, guys, really appreciate you tuning in. It means a lot to me to have people who are interested in hearing what I got to put out. Hope you're getting something out of this and enjoying the game just a little bit more than maybe you had than you would have without me. I just want you to in turn like the video, comment on it, let me know your feedback, let me know what you got to say. If you could, share it with friends, share it on your Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever social media platform will let you save it. And most importantly, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a single episode on our way to 151 Pokemon. Thanks, guys. You look great. Appreciate you having me on the show. We'll talk to you soon. See ya.